The following article in today's video is brought to you by Polygon.com. Polygon is a website where you can go and find out the latest gaming news and tech news on their website. They are also the most critical, and they tell you the truth in most of their reviews. Not saying that other websites don't, but Polygon is a lot more concise, precise, and very descriptive. Bottom line, they have a lot of great writers there, a lot of great personalities, and I love going on their website. Visit the link in the description below for more info. Now, on to today's topic. What's up, everyone? It's Tech Trooper 64, and today is going to be a very interesting video. It might be a long one, I'm not sure, but it's something I want to talk about because it's really a mess. And what am I talking about? Well, everybody on the internet, if you know the internet and if you love Star Wars, you've probably heard about the big mess, the big pile of heaping crap that is Star Wars Battlefront 2. And yes, I have the game for PS4 and Xbox One, and I picked it up. It's a great game, but it's flawed by a horrible pay-to-win business model. And that's what we're going to talk about today, because the launch of Star Wars Battlefront 2 is a fucking failure. Let me explain. So, there has been a lot of backlash by the fans and the community, which is understandable, from Star Wars Battlefront 2, because it essentially, the entire game forces you to play with microtransactions enabled. So it's like it allows people to play the game and pay their way to the highest levels and the strongest weapons, while players who don't have the money for it have to grind and grind and grind, and they made the game hard to grind with just so that you can't do it right away and you will be outmatched if your wallet isn't big enough. Well, obviously this isn't fair. It's not even or whatever. So that's what we're trying to say. But guess what? It gets even worse and even more muddled. You want to know why? Because apparently, according to an article, which I should probably mention now, EA pulled the microtransactions away from Star Wars Battlefront 2 the minute that they heard about the backlash. 5 minutes, literally 5 hours or so before the game launched, they removed microtransactions. It was all over Twitter. I remember reading it, and that was good, but it was just temporary, and it was a weird move for them to do. It was just out of their ass. They didn't have any plans for any future announcements. They just last minute decided to remove everything. And you want to know what? I think we'll know the answer now, because according to 2 articles that I have today, the first one's from Polygon, the second one is from Gaming Bolt, that I don't have an intro for Gaming Bolt, so I'm just going to mention both articles in the link in the description below. If you want to go check it out for yourself, you can, but I'm going to be reading it to you anyways, so it's up to you. But anyway, last week has been fairly incredible, especially in a year where microtransactions and loot boxes are fully priced. In AAA games, has been going on beyond cosmetic items. EA suspended the purchases of crystals in Star Wars Battlefront 2 after an overwhelming backlash from the players. However, according to the Wall Street Journal, it stated that Disney wasn't too happy about the microtransactions in the game and the backlash that was received due to the microtransactions. According to Disney CEO Robert Iger, who was fairly unsatisfied, it was Disney's head of consumer products and interactive media, Jimmy Pitaro, who called EA CEO Andrew Wilson about the same problem. Now, you know what's interesting? The VentureBeat article, which I don't have it here, but I'll leave a link in the description below if you want to check it out for yourself, said that according to a very interesting little detail, originally Star Wars Battlefront 2 was going to be a microtransaction-filled game similar to Overwatch, where it's all about teamwork and it's all about heroes, and that it'll be offered in loot boxes to have cosmetic items only. However, it was changed to have star cards and weapons. That change came from Lucasfilms, from Disney. So now EA and Disney haven't said anything on the matter. So I was going to make a video before this about the one side of it where it's all EA's fault and Disney didn't want this, or it's all of Disney's fault and then EA didn't want this. It's going 2 ways now, and it's really, really irritating. Now, what I think might have happened and this is just a theory of mine, I think it was just a lack of communication between the two companies. If these two rumors are to be believed, I think here's how it went down. Disney asked for it to be like Overwatch, where it's all cosmetic. And then someone along the lines through at EA didn't understand that and thought it was all about like crystals. But I'm sorry, but I feel like that this is an EA thing. And I'm sorry this is going to be really biased and one-sided, but like EA has a past. They have a record of being greedy, of being horrible, of being so cash grabby, especially when it comes to games that are literally great games. This is an example. For anybody who's played Star Wars Battlefront 2, you know what I'm talking about. This is an amazing, phenomenal game that EA actually tried so hard at E3 to quote-unquote convince us that it was changing its ways from the last one. But it sucks. It sucks that this is happening. So here's a message to EA and Disney. I don't give a shit what happened. I don't give a shit who said what. Just don't include microtransactions. Why the fuck? Okay, EA, you want to throw microtransactions to Titanfall 2? Be my guest. You want to throw microtransactions to Battlefield 1? Go ahead. You want to throw microtransactions to the next Battlefield next year? Go ahead. I don't care. But you're touching Star Wars here. You're putting Star Wars Battlefront, a series that is very close to a lot of people's hearts. You want to know why? Because in 2 years, exactly 2 years, we'll have Star Wars Battlefront 3 for the first time ever. There has never been a Star Wars Battlefront 3. And we're excited for that. But I'm sorry, but if you fill this bullshit again, bro, I'm telling you, no one's going to give a shit about your product. You know what? All reviews of Battlefront 2 have been nothing but lower than 8 out of 10. All of them. I looked at every single review, and all of them are lower than 8 out of 10. One was even 6.5. Bro, a Star Wars game cannot be that low. It's criminal if a Star Wars game is that low. And you know what I think should happen? I think Disney should really just freaking cut it. Cut the contract right now. Disney, if you're listening to this, this is a long-term Star Wars Battlefront fan. Get rid of EA. Get rid of them. Get them out. Because they do not deserve the franchise that you have. I don't care if they're the highest bidder. Give it to Activision, for fuck's sakes. Activision will know what to do with it. I'm sorry, but EA is just fucked. They are the most greedy people in the industry. If you guys chose them because they were the highest bidder, there's a reason why they were the higher bidder. It's because they grab money from people. They don't care. Like, it's such a fiasco. When at E3 it was revealed Star Wars Battlefront 2, I honest to God thought that they were really going to change their ways. That free DLC for everyone, everything in the game is all good to go. You don't have to pay one more penny. Nope. They just proved it to me that it's wrong. I still have the games. I'm not going to return them because they're good. It's a good game. No matter what anybody says, it's a good game. But I'm sorry, but that's fucked. I'm sorry I sound so pissed, but I'm sorry, but I've been waiting for a Battlefront 3 since the original Battlefront 1. This is unbelievable. This is inexcusable. This is Tech Trooper 64 signing out. Have a good one.